Or not. Michael Warren, staff writer for the Weekly Standard, and Shira Center, politics editor for Roll Call, both join us now. Great to have you both. Let's talk about strategy, Michael. 7:30 this morning, Funny or Die releases this interview. It, of course, was filmed previously. What do you think of the strategy? Again, just a few weeks out of the final date of enrollment. Will it get more people to enroll?
Well, I thought it was funny, first of all. I'm a comedy fan. I like Zach Galifianakis. I thought the first part of the video, before the clip that you showed, was pretty funny. They were taking jabs at each other. But then the part that you showed, I think, is where it fell flat. It wasn't that funny. There weren't that many good jokes or anything. So I don't think it's the fun. I think Zach Galifianakis has certainly been funnier, but I don't think President Obama's been funnier. So maybe it put a human side to it. I just don't see how young people are going to watch this and then go sign up at healthcare.gov. They're probably going to do what I did, which was I went and watched another Zach Galifianakis comedy video, the one I think where he hits Justin Bieber with his belt.
So it was either the president or Justin Bieber. That's what the choices you were left with at the end of the segment. Sure, did you have the same experience where you kind of went for some of the other interviews, or what kind of impact do you think this actually has?
You know, I didn't go and look up any Justin Bieber videos. I'm morally opposed to that. But in general, no, I think it was funny. It's certainly a unique strategy. It's not new to the presidency. In the past, presidents have appeared on unconventional media. Gerald Ford on Saturday Night Live. President Clinton on MTV was famously asked if he wore boxers or briefs. I think in this White House has to be especially careful because Hollywood, and especially liberal donors in California, have been extremely supportive of the president, that he doesn't go so far and cross that line of kind of demoting the office to an unserious nature. And I think this very appearance goes right up to that line, maybe dances it, tiptoes on it, and then comes back.
I'm glad, by the way, we have two funny guests. That's nice to have guests with a sense of humor when we're talking about a funny website. On the issue of enrollment, though, when we look at youth enrollment, Michael, we only have, according to the latest government data, which, by the way, is only as of February 1st, so this is old data, about 800,000 young people between the ages of 18 and 34 signing up. That's 25% of total enrollees. So I get what you both are saying about how this is funny. It's really not that big of a deal, but it is the time and energy of the President of the United States. For the success of this program, should they be investing in other venues? Because we've all heard about the death spiral. I mean, is the investment of this video worth the potential risk that it really doesn't do anything?
I think it reminds us that President Obama has pretty much just become Obamacare's pitch man. I mean, this is not the first time he's sort of gone somewhere and said, hey, you know, you kids, you young invincibles, you really should sign up for this because it's going to be really important for you. Michelle Obama did the same thing. That's really all they can do at this point is try to convince more people. I don't really know what the president can do about the death spiral or about some of these other things. I mean, it's baked into the law, all of those questions of whether or not they're going to get enough people signed up. I mean, that's just kind of, in the end, up to salesmanship. I don't think it's a very good strategy for the president, but it's pretty much all he has left to do.
Let's just leave healthcare for a second. Sure, I'd like to get your thoughts on this because we're coming out of CPAC. We're coming out of Rand Paul talking about how he's going to connect with young voters and how Republicans should do that as well, saying we're going to talk about the Fourth Amendment. He's going to go to UC Berkeley. He's going to try to really reach out to the young people and how they feel about liberty. It's an interesting contrast with the President of the United States who's doing a Funny or Die video. What strategy do you think is the most effective?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, it depends what youth you're talking to, right? You know, on the one hand, statistics and exit poll data have shown that youth have become more liberal in ways that previous generations have not seen. On the other hand, from my experience here at Harvard working with students every day, I see a lot of undergraduates here who are primed for picking for Republicans because they're very concerned about privacy issues. And most of all, they're looking for a leader, a Republican leader, who's willing to abandon the party's stances, conservative stances on social issues, and go straight for the libertarian and privacy issues. And I think a leader like that would really speak to many of the youth I've met here.
Mike, a quick final thought from you. What do you think about that? Again, two very different strategies when engaging the youth.
I think Republicans fall into this trap of thinking they can be cool and they can be funny too. And I don't know if you've ever met a Republican, but Republicans aren't funny. They aren't cool. So I think that strategy of trying to go on maybe like Mitt Romney did after the election and going on with Jimmy Fallon, you're going to fall flat because you're just not going to rise up to that level, I think. But I don't know about Rand Paul's strategy either. I mean, you can focus on young people on these privacy and libertarian issues, but those folks are also going to grow up eventually and get married and have kids, and their politics are going to change. And I think the party is going to worry too much, I think, about getting young people at the expense of losing the voters that they already have who maybe aren't as libertarian on some of those issues.
Michael Shear, I bet you're both on Twitter, right? I'm just assuming. So, but I'm going to take Michael's challenge and have our viewers tweet us if they've met a funny Republican, because I think that answer should be, there should be an answer provided from our viewers, a funny and cool Republican. Michael Shear, great to see you both. Thank you very much.